XDefiant is here, and the world has finally gotten their chance to get into the brand new game from Ubisoft San Francisco, the direct competitor, apparently, to Call of Duty. And according to how things have gone in the launch week, that might be a pretty steamy competition here looking pretty soon. Look, on the real, this game has actually been succeeding very, very well in its first week. It hasn't even been out for a first week. It's only been out for a few days at this point, and things are going really well for the team over at XDefiant. And if you want to know why this game is being so successful so quickly, then I need you to do one little thing for me, okay? Hit like on today's video. Can we hit 300 likes on today's video? That would be absolutely phenomenal. Thank you so much. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate it. My name is Buckeye, and welcome to XDefiant Guides. If you guys are new to XDefiant, then I can see how this game might be a little bit, kind of interesting on face value, because it's kind of a combination of Call of Duty and Overwatch. So the question is really like, you know, how well does that actually play in reality, right? Now, the good thing is that we've had a ton of test sessions over the course of the last calendar year and even longer than that. So a lot of people have gotten the chance to get their hands on the game prior to release, but there's still a fair amount of people who haven't gotten the chance to do that yet. And for those people out there, they may be on the fence about whether or not this game is something that is worth their time or worth something that they want to pick up. Well, it looks like throughout launch week, that answer has been a resounding yes by a large number of people. Now, XDefiant was originally supposed to come out last summer. If you guys don't know that, this game went through about an 8-month delay. And the biggest reason for that delay was actually because the server system that XDefiant had was pretty old and honestly kind of held together with some duct tape and some zip ties and things like that. So it kind of worked a little bit, but when you had it at scale with a large number of players, it really started to show its wear and tear, and it started to break down a lot. You know, I thought there was a player right there, but I wasn't sure. Yeah, there definitely was. So anyways, they ended up taking about 6 to 8 months to work on completely rebuilding their server system from the ground up. And as a result, we had a long delay for the game. However, the positive result is that they were supposedly going to have stronger servers as a result of putting all of that work in. Well, this is what happened. When launch day finally came around, which was this past Tuesday on May 21st, the servers absolutely died. Like, they got melted upon release. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, Buckeye, you're talking to us about how apparently the servers were fixed, but then they died. Like, what are you trying to tell us here? Well, see, that's the point, is that on launch day, they had so many people log into the game that it actually did break their brand new servers that they had just put together. That is how many people were interested in this game on launch day. Now, here's the good news on top of that. Because they had so many people that jumped into the game, they had to fix the servers, right? They had to fix the problem that happened there on launch. Well, guess what? It only took them 4 hours to do so. And ever since then, the servers have been pretty much totally fine. And as a result of them fixing the servers so quickly, they were able to get 1 million unique players on XDefiant in the first 2.5 hours of the game, which sets a Ubisoft record as the fastest game in Ubisoft's history to reach 1 million players. Think about that, 1 million players in 2.5 hours. Now, yes, the game is free to play, but if people did not have any interest in the game, then they would not check it out. So you got to think about that. Now, they didn't just reach 1 million players and then immediately die. No. On top of that, in the first 48 hours of the game, they reached 3 million players. Now, since then, we haven't gotten any updates about their player counts or populations, but that information alone should tell you that the beginning portion of this game with launch has been extremely successful and has been resonating with new players. So once again, if you guys are new to XDefiant, this game is primed and ready for you to take part in. It's ready for you. It wants you to be a part of it. A big hot button topic about XDefiant actually leading into launch has been the lack of skill-based matchmaking, and the fact that it has been a concentrated effort by Ubisoft to not include skill-based matchmaking in the game. And I personally think that that's a huge reason why so many people have been checking this game out on launch day and launch week. Now, the question is, you know, will these new players stick around, right? Obviously. Now, I do think that there is a strong community for XDefiant right now already, but when you have such an influx of players, the real thing that you got to pay attention to is how many of those players are you going to retain? Are they going to stick around for longer than launch week? Because we have Black Ops 6 coming out here pretty soon, and for people who are playing arcade shooters, this is, oh my God. Oh, okay. He had the sonar goggles. For people who are interested in arcade arena shooters, these are pretty much your options. You got Call of Duty and you got XDefiant. And one of those games has been out for like 20 plus years. The other one just came out 2 days ago. So naturally, the whole perspective is, how many of these players can you keep for how long of a period of time? That really is going to be the thing that sets this game apart in the future, is how many people will actually stick around with this game past launch week. But I will say so far, everyone that I've talked to seems like they're having a really solid time on XDefiant, believe it or not. There's my question. Are you guys new to XDefiant? Did you know anything about XDefiant leading into launch week? Are you an arcade arena shooter fan and you were like, yo, I see this new game that's coming out, it's free to play, and sounds like it hits all my boxes? Who are you in this situation? Because in my experience so far, it really looks like this game is resonating with a lot of people, which is different because a recent game that came out that had a also pretty large launch week was the Finals. If you guys remember, that game had like 200,000 peak concurrent players on Steam alone, and it was also on Xbox and PlayStation, but now that game has fallen off significantly. I think it might not even hit 20K on Steam anymore. Oh my God, I got deleted right there, bro. But the reason why I think that this game is a different situation than the Finals is that this game just naturally has a broader audience, I think, than the Finals does. The Finals is very much a very niche game. It's a interesting sort of take. It kind of feels like a battle royale. It kind of feels like Battlefield, but at the same time, it's only 3v3v3. It's a very interesting combination of elements in that game that, in my opinion, don't play super well together, or at the very least, it doesn't appeal to a super wide audience. And again, that's really where the success factor comes in with this game, is if you're gonna be a successful game, you have to do one thing really well, but you also do need to have a wide variety of players that you can appeal to. It's not that you need to please all players, but you need to appeal to a lot of different players. And I really think that XDefiant is proving that it can do that, based off the success that we've had in the first launch week. All in all, it looks like new players are accepting XDefiant and are having a good time so far. A lot of people were concerned that maybe the SBMM would actually kind of shoo people away, or they wouldn't be as interested. But so far, XDefiant is absolutely hitting all the markers of success that they were looking for in the first week. The question is, will those players remain in the future? And that's only something that time will tell us. If you guys are new to the community, welcome into the video, welcome into the community. I hope you enjoy yourself, because this game is a really good time. And here on launch week, my first time really getting into the game has been today, and it has been awesome. Minus the fact that I've only won a handful of games. That's been a little tough story, but overall, things have been really, really good. I'm super excited to see where things go for XDefiant as we get closer and closer to season 1, and now that we're actually just in the game in general, it's so awesome to finally be here. I cannot wait to continue jumping back into this game every single day. But let me know in the comments, are you guys new to XDefiant? Did you play any of the beta tests, or are you just now jumping into it for the first time? And what has your experience been like? But with that said, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I got brand new XDefiant content coming out every single day throughout the week. We got live streams and videos, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any of that content. But I will see you guys in the next one.